Today we're talking everything to do with Facebook ads for dental practices, and I have guest speaker Alyssa Ege, who is founder of Sail Away Media. I will see you inside of the interview. Hi Alyssa, thank you for being here with us on Digital Dental Marketing Made Easy.
Hey, I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
So Alyssa is the founder of the Dental Marketing Secrets podcast, and she also has her own company, which is specialized in dental marketing.
Yep.
So Alyssa, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. So I have a little bit about myself in this presentation, but I will skip right past that. So basically, my name is Alyssa. I grew up in the dental marketing world. My dad is a dentist, and now my sister is also studying in dental school, which is super exciting. So I've always kind of been like the marketing gal, and I'm super passionate about it, all things marketing. I focus a lot around social media and Facebook advertising, building funnels, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So today we're going to kind of dive in a little bit about how to use Facebook ads and Instagram ads to attract new patients.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question before you get into that. Can you explain what a funnel is?
Yes, and it's not easy to explain. So in my presentation, I do have a nice little diagram that will hopefully make it all easier to understand. But when you think of a funnel, you can kind of think of it as, a funnel that, maybe you use to pour sand into, something like that. That's the idea of it. So you're taking somebody from having never heard of you before to becoming a loyal patient. So we're kind of funneling them through our process.
Correct. And when you're referring to funnels, you're referring to using Facebook and Facebook ads and Instagram ads to convert a person that doesn't know about a dental practice into a loyal patient, right?
Exactly. So we're going to take them through a series of steps. Facebook ads is the first one. That's usually how they will discover you. And then from there, we're going to nurture them down through the funnel using a bunch of other strategies like taking them to your landing page, maybe taking them through a quiz, providing information, sending them emails, and then eventually them coming in, deciding that you are the dentist for them, and then hopefully referring friends and family.
Okay, amazing. So why don't we start out with the presentation then? I'll ask you some questions along the way.
Awesome, that sounds great. Let me share my screen. Yeah, feel free to interrupt me at any time. But like I said before, we're going to talk about how to use Facebook ads to attract new patients. I talked a little bit about who I am and what I do. Love dental marketing, family business. I am obsessed with all things social media and constantly learning and growing in this industry because, as everybody knows, there's basically a new feature that comes out every single day. So we need to kind of stay on top of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of people are already aware how popular social media is today, which is why it's so important that we're on there and we're keeping up with the times. So Facebook, that's mostly age demographic 25 to age 50. Number of monthly active users is 2.4 billion. So that is a lot of people on there. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to, not have a presence on there. As well as Instagram. Instagram has been creeping up there very slow and steadily. A little bit younger of a demographic, 18 to 34, but there are some older users on there as well. And we have 1 billion monthly active users on there. And then as you can see, I have a bunch of other ones here. I'm not going to dive into everything today. We're going to focus mostly on Facebook and Instagram because we're going to be talking about the ads and the funnels. But social media is huge. I don't need to tell you that. Mm-hmm. Daily time we spend on social media, you can see it's just been growing and growing. 2012, on average, we were spending 90 minutes a day. And now in 2019, it's 153 minutes a day. So over 2 hours on average. I know I spend more than that, but also I do it for work. So we are on there a lot, right? 7 in 10 US adults use Facebook. Very popular. So it's one thing if you have a Facebook and you're posting cute pictures of your cat every day. It's another thing if you're actually utilizing these platforms to bring in new patients. total different ball game and not as easy as it sounds. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we can do that. For those of you that have a business page, I'm sure you have realized that organic reach has been slowly declining over the years. It used to be that we would post something like back in 2011 and say you had 1,000 followers, 26% of those people would see your posts. You can see over the years, the algorithms have been changing. And now, I mean, I don't even have the data from 2018, 19, and 20, but 2017, 0.5% of your followers would see your posts.
Yeah, it's a pay-to-play environment for sure.
Exactly. So, I mean, Facebook owns these platforms. They're saying you got to pay us money if you want people to see your stuff. Because there's businesses on there that are paying a lot of money to get their stuff out there. So it's kind of a competition. Boosting posts. So I'm sure plenty of you that are listening to this or watching this right now boost your posts. And, you know, Facebook is constantly pushing it. They're saying, click here. If you don't know what it is, this is what it looks like. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Facebook example where it says boost post. On Instagram, it says promote. They're both the same thing. You're paying money to reach more of your followers or new people. Technically, it is an advertisement, but it's not the best way to go. When you boost a post, you're telling the algorithm, hey, I want more people that are going to like, comment, and share this. And that's really not what we're looking for, right? Likes, comments, and shares don't pay the bills. We are looking for.
So Alyssa, let me stop you there, because I've been hearing a lot of questions about this. And the question there is, I think that there's a misconception between, well, boosting is so easy. And yeah, we're creating an ad, but at the end of the day, all you're doing with boosting is maybe reaching more people, but you're really not converting, is I think what I'm hearing you say, like exactly. You would with an ad.
Yeah, so here is a screenshot from Ads Manager, and you can see what the capabilities really are when you're using Facebook Ads Manager instead of boosting a post. Mm-hmm. When you're boosting a post, you're saying, Facebook, give me people that are going to engage. That's great because you're going to get likes and stuff, but likes isn't really what we're after. We're after new patients. So we need a little bit of a deeper strategy to get that. Mm-hmm. Does that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, good. So you'll see there's a ton of options here, and the algorithms are really, really smart. So they know if you say, Facebook, show my ads to people who are most likely to send me a message, it's going to show your ads to people who like to message. So they will message you. So it's very smart. So this is very relatable to me, at least, when ads start popping up for stuff I have only thought about. How does that happen? Well, I'm going to tell you how it happens. Facebook and Instagram, by the way, if you don't know, Facebook owns Instagram. So if you want to run ads on Instagram, you would do it on Facebook's Ads Manager as well. It has all of these capabilities. So that's how they're able to just kind of pop up on our feed right when we're thinking about it. They can target, or you can actually target if you use it properly, locations. So you can say, I want to show my ads to everyone in a 5-mile radius around my office. You could do it based on age, gender, interests. The interests are huge. You could say, I want to show the ads to people who like golden doodles and drive a Ferrari. Like, there are such intense interest availabilities. Mm-hmm. You can do connections. You can say friends of people who like my page. It's almost limitless. Now, this is where it gets really, really incredible, the custom audiences, which is a whole nother ballgame. And I always use this example to explain this. If you've ever been shopping online and, you know, maybe you find a pair of shoes that you think are really cute, you want to buy them, you get tired, you don't have your credit card nearby, so you click out. And then for the next month, these shoes are just like stalking you all over the internet, and they're everywhere and you can't stop thinking about them. That's retargeting. And we do that with custom audiences. So you can use Facebook Ads Manager to say, hey, Facebook, show my ads to people who visited my website in the past 30 days, or to people who watched a portion of one of my videos on Facebook or Instagram, or liked my picture. There's so many things you can do to kind of warm up that audience rather than just always going after a cold audience.
Mm-hmm. So there's something there that I just wanted to add to that. So to be able to target the right audience, you would have had to install your Facebook pixel on your website to be able to start getting, I guess, information of, for example, prospective patients or anyone really who's visiting your website so that you could later on retarget them, right?
Absolutely.
So just
Yeah,
a little
it's a
something.
small piece of code you put on there. You can have a
Mm-hmm.
developer do it, and from there you're able to start kind of following people around the internet.
Yeah.
Very powerful. um, there's also lookalike audiences, which is another powerful thing. So you could say, Facebook, show these ads to people who are similar to my current patients or similar to people who visited my website. So you can find more people that are similar to that.
Alyssa, can we go back just to the previous slide? I just have a question for you. So for example, here you say you could target a specific email list. So for example, for a dental practice, can you just upload the dental practice's email list of patients and start targeting them? And if so, how would that work?
So if you have something along the lines of like a MailChimp or something like that, where you're doing email marketing or you've collected your patient emails, you would upload them into Facebook's ads manager and you can build a list of that. So yes, you can target those specific people. Maybe you want to say like a reminder, come in for your next cleaning, or you can say to Facebook, hey, show my ads to people who are similar to this.
Okay, perfect. So you could actually target to prospective patients that have very similar traits to your current patients by uploading the email list.
And Facebook just knows.
They just know
everything about us.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the lookalike audience would be showing it to people who are similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's the video option too. So if you post a lot of video content, and then you could build an ad off of that. So anyone who watched 3 seconds of my video, show them this ad. Mm-hmm. That's really powerful because those are like, prime prospects.
Right. Or you could even go people who've watched 25% or at least 10 seconds, but they've engaged with your brand. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's great once we get the targeting right. It's very important, but even more important is the creative. So you could have the best targeting in the world, but if your creative doesn't convert, it's kind of useless. So we want to make sure that we have good creative. So I love this little infographic here. This is an example of a Facebook ad, and you can see that the image is what is going to pop out to everyone first. Think psychologically, yourself, you're scrolling through your news feed. The first thing that's going to stop and catch your eye is the image, and whether that has text in it or not, that's what stops you. If that appeals to you, then you're going to read the headline, which comes right below. Mm-hmm. And then you will read the one below that, which is the sub headline. Then if that is interesting, you're going to go up and read the text at the top. Now, some people are just going to scroll through this entirely, but the goal is to catch people's attention. So it's important we know how it works.
In this example, you would have a very catchy image with a headline on top of it.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So I'll show you some real life examples, but this is like a little infographic. So real life example. This image, like this is a scroll stopper. So, I mean, think of it like if you're promoting dental implants and like anyone who needs new teeth, they're going to see this beautiful set of teeth and it's going to stop their thumb. So that's the goal, is we're going to stop their scroll. And then they're going to read the headline, which is right below there. And you can see in the headline, it's a really good deal. So, I mean, you don't have to do a deal this crazy, but this was specifically for a educational program where they were teaching other doctors to place implants. Correct. So they offered a very steep discount to get patients in. But so then they see this, which is the headline, and they say, oh, $4.99 implant special. That's amazing. And then because that appeals to them, they're going to read the top part. Get new permanent non-removable implants for $4.99 at a limited time at Englewood Dental. And that's like a great offer. It uses scarcity and it has a great hook.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
I was going to ask you about using pricing in your ads. We could get back to that afterwards. I just wanted to know your opinion on that. Does that start a price?
Yeah, normally I would say no, don't use pricing. But in this case, it's like the price was so good.
Right. No, yeah. And for educational purposes.
Beat out any price where there is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Here's an example where we don't get into price. We just talk about consultations. So we say qualify for a free consult for dental implants. Why dental implants? We talk about the benefits, and then we get into take the quiz. But again, you can see the scroll stopping image. Now here's a little trick. Images where you're looking the person in the eye or looking the camera in the eye, that really helps stop the scroll, because it's kind of like someone's looking at you, so you stop. And also the selfie look. So it doesn't really look like an advertisement. It looks more like a friend posted a selfie. So you're more likely to engage with it than if it was a stock photo.
Right.
Yeah. Here is another example. This is a video ad. This guy just has the best videos. He's a client of mine. But so we use a lot of videos for him. If you're into video, then it's great to incorporate into your advertisements. And even if you're not, like, put yourself out there and try it out, because it works really, really well. Important note, one-off ads are not going to get you new patients. So this is where we really get into the idea of a funnel. If you put one ad out there and you're looking for, especially if you're looking for some like cosmetic patients or services that are not covered by insurance and they cost more money, you know, you need to warm these people up a little bit. You wouldn't just meet someone on the street and ask them to marry you. That's a great analogy. Yeah. You're going to take them out on a couple of dates first. So we're going to try to do that here with our ads. We're going to show them a few different things and then the sale.
Okay, so what you're saying is you need to have many touch points in the form of ads so that they could eventually, I guess, go down the funnel and convert.
Exactly.
Right? But you have to have many touch points.
And they don't all need to be in the form of ads. You know, some of them can be, but as long as you have those multiple touch points, maybe they see 3 different ads and then they see 4 different emails and 1 different text message, that causes them to convert. But there's, you know, different pieces of the puzzle.
Correct. Okay.
So this is exactly like what I explained before, the funnel. So you take them from awareness, where they're like, oh, I didn't know there was a dentist down the street that was offering this, to maybe I should go to that dentist, to yes, I'm going to call and go to this dentist, to yes, I'm going to give you my money. So very different mindset from the top to the bottom. So here's a great example of an awareness ad where we're really not even trying to sell them anything. And I'll show you guys this video. Do you want me to show the video?
I think I think that would be amazing.
I'll show you guys the video. It's very much informational, just to get people aware.
Hey, Dr. John Ege. I'm the director of the Center for Implants and Aesthetics. I've been in practice for over 30 years. I always knew I wanted to be a dentist. Since grade school, I wrote a report about going into dentistry or becoming a dentist, and I kind of just stuck with my goal and plugged it out, and here I am. So a little bit about my background. I got involved with implant dentistry early on, before it was very, very popular, and it became fascinating for me. I saw the change that it made in people's lives when it was in its infancy, and from there, I just rocked and rolled with that profession. I've always wanted to treat my patients comprehensively, so over the past 30 years, I consider myself a general dentist, where a patient comes to see me for any of their needs. And as my practice has grown, I brought in other doctors, some of them my students, who can provide care, so we can teach or treat patients with comprehensive care at our office. And that's what it's about: bringing patients in, making them feel comfortable, making them feel at home, making them feel relaxed, so they can get the procedures done that they need. and provide them with the top quality of care. That's always been my thing. I did very well in school, and I'm a stickler for details. And my staff is like that too. They're top-notch, friendly, compassionate people, working together, all focused on the patient. That's the number one thing. And it goes from the top complicated cases to the most simplest prophy for a child. We want it to be the best experience ever when you come to this office. And from the greeting on the phone to the greeting in the office to on your way out. So in every aspect, I have doctors that are on that team, on that same game plan. So check us out. Come to Anglo Dental and see what makes us a big difference.
Okay. So yeah, so that would be your top of the funnel awareness video. Very educational, but also very, very nicely done.
Exactly.
Kind of like warming to a patient.
Right, and it's like, oh, I like that guy.
Right.
And you see, like, there's no links. There's, we're not trying to sell them anything. We're just trying to get them to watch the video. And you'll see here that we ran this for like a week or something, and it had 9.6 thousand views. Just putting a little ad spend behind that, and then with the custom audiences, we can say, show this next ad to anyone who watched 3 seconds. So
right,
bringing people in.
Right. Yeah. So then you're converting maybe a cold audience, and you turn them into a warm audience, and then that warmer audience, at least, those are the ones that are getting the next ad down the road or down the funnel.
Exactly. So then we show them this because they watched the video.
Right.
Now we show them, we have a $4.99 implant special, and they're like, hey, I saw those guys. That video looked really interesting.
Right.
Maybe I'll sign up for this. And then if they click the link and they don't sign up still, then we show them another retargeting ad, and we say, are you sure you don't want to sign up for this free consultation with Dr. Minichetti? And so we're just giving them all different offers here. So like the whole funnel is a customer journey, right? So it's like we start off by just attracting traffic, so we can use Facebook Ads Manager, or really however you want to do it, to attract new people in, capture the lead information, nurture them with, email, text, however you want to do it, convert sales, deliver them, make them very happy patients, upsell them, and then hopefully they'll bring you more people. So it's not just like a one ad that's going to do all the magic. It's, it's a journey.
Right. So I have a question, Alyssa. What would you recommend a dental practice? So if they're about to start a campaign, would you recommend that they run a campaign for, say, a month? Do you have any kind of like time that you would recommend a dental practice to run a campaign for? How long should they run it before they maybe pause it and then they start their new campaign?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's going to really vary for every practice, every audience, and you're going to need to look at the data to figure that out. So I want you to think about like a commercial. I always say, when you see the same commercial like 400 times and you're like, someone please get this commercial off TV.
Right.
Then they come out with a new one. So it's like, that's ad fatigue. So you can tell when creative starts to get fatigued, and it's the images and videos that always get fatigued first, and then we need to swap them out. But you can tell by the data when the click-through rate starts to really drop, we've fatigued it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a perfect tie-in to this point to track everything. Like, it gives you so much data. So I want to go into, this is an actual case study, which we tracked everything. So the very first thing is we tracked the link clicks on the ad. So there were 660 link clicks. And then we tracked the landing page conversion rate. So 14.70% of people that landed on that landing page actually signed up and entered their name, email, and phone number. So a lead. So then we were left with 97 leads. From there, 21 of those people booked a consultation. From there, 51% accepted the case and actually moved forward with treatment. So that left us with 11 new patients.
Mm-hmm.
We spent $1,500, well, 1,511.95 on the ads. So then we're able to say, okay, well, our cost per lead here is $15.58. Our cost per consult is $71, and our cost per case is $137. So that's really good. You get a nice return.
Right. I have a question for you, Alyssa. Have you guys run, because here you say you have a landing page, right? Have you ever done a comparison between landing page versus Facebook lead generation ads to know which one converts better? So what I'm saying is, like Facebook lead generation ad with the form within Facebook, so not leaving Facebook to a landing page versus running an ad that is going to take traffic to a landing page. Have you seen those two comparisons?
We have, and I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but the lead ads on Facebook, they convert at a higher rate because they're very, very easy to fill out. You don't have to leave Facebook. It pulls in your data for you. Now, the problem with them is that it pulls in your data for you. So a lot of times people signed up for Facebook in 2014,
right,
and they still have the same email address in there and it's not updated. So then you're getting false information. And with a landing page, they have to enter that information. So it's a little bit more accurate. And that's why I prefer landing pages.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, but you're right. Facebook lead ads, they definitely convert better.
Yeah, but maybe not better quality is what I hear you say, or maybe the intent is not there as much as if you're sending them to a landing page or a quiz and they have to fill in everything.
Yeah, so you're going to have people with higher intent, which is really what we're after.
Interesting.
So here's an example of a funnel again. We take them from the Facebook ad to the landing page. And then from there, they fill out a form. If they abandon that form, they don't fill it out, we show them the retargeting ads. If they do fill it out, then they start to get emails. And then we take them to the calendar. If you have an online calendar, it's great to provide so that people can book online. And then a thank you page. And then we start to send them text messages. And then they come in for their appointment.
So I find it very challenging at this point, like after the lead goes to the landing page and then to a form. Because from here, we do something similar, but it's not the same. But from here, I would think that you could maybe call them, right? Instead of just email them.
You should definitely call them, yeah.
But it gets kind of tricky, I find, because either people don't pick up the phone, or they don't remember filling in a form, or the front desk is busy. The front desk is busy. They can't make the phone call until 4 or 5 days later.
Yeah, so there's statistics. If you call within 2 minutes, you are increasing your conversion rate chance by like hundreds of percentages. So you definitely need to call as fast as possible. I understand it's not realistic for some front desks. They're busy. That's not their job. Lead generation is not their job. Yeah. We utilize a call center for all of our clients because then they can solely focus on calling those leads quickly.
Right.
And then also, like you said, when it comes to Facebook leads, a lot of people, they forget they filled it out, or they say, what are you talking about?
Right.
And that's normal because you have to put yourself in their shoes. You're scrolling through Facebook, you click on something, you don't even know what you're clicking half the time, especially with the older folks. So we just have to kind of like assume, and that's like why it comes back to the data here. We got 97 leads, but only 21% actually booked.
Correct.
So less than half, and we just have to expect that with Facebook.
Right. So I have another question for you. Because if you come back here, so you have a calendar. I think also another challenge there is if you are using a call center, they don't have access to the calendar of the dentist. They would have to be using a software such as LocalMed or something, or any of those, right, to be able to actually book online. Or what is your experience there?
So yes, you're correct. They would have to be using some sort of online booking system, or just have the front desk do the booking. So have the call center call, and if this person is a qualified lead, they're ready to book, live transfer them.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Amazing.
So here's just another example of a funnel. You'll see here, there's coming from AdWords on Google and also Facebook. So both of the things are pushing them to the landing page. So you kind of have a nice full-fledged approach there. And then you can see there's a thank you page so that we can track how many people filled it out, and then emails for follow-ups. So, and that's it. That's my whole presentation. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you so much for all of this. Alyssa, that was super complete.
Awesome.
Very, very thorough.
Do you have any questions for me?
I do have a couple of questions for you. So actually you mentioned one, which I was going to ask you, what's the conversion rate like, right? And you guys have obviously specialized in this. You have a fantastic system going on that's working for you.
Yep.
My question would be, what would you say is the number one key success factor in your whole system?
I would say a sales process, having a really good sales process in place. You know, if you're looking to generate new leads, you're wasting your time if you don't have your staff trained up on how to handle those phone calls and close the deal. Because like I said, you might get 90 leads and only 20 of them actually want to book an appointment. So from there, you've got to convert those people. So, I mean, our team will do everything we can to get you new people knocking on the door and calling up your office, but transitioning that to a sale is kind of like in your hands. So that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have another question for you, which is filling in a form versus quizzes. What has been your experience there in terms of either which one is better, either because of better quality leads, or which one provides more leads, or which one would you prefer for which scenario?
Yeah, so it's definitely going to depend. I mean, on the service you're promoting, when we do implant funnels, or Invisalign or sleep apnea funnels, we usually go the quiz route because it's kind of like, are you a good candidate for this? Right. And then the benefit of using a quiz, it's almost like a survey. Like you can survey people out and you can say, you know, what's your budget? Or are you ready to deal with this problem today? Or do you want to wait 6 months? Because then, you know, we're not going to waste our time calling you.
Right. You're qualifying them. You're very, very, very much qualifying them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you said you would use quizzes for dental implants, Invisalign, and sleep apnea because you want to get really good qualified candidates for that kind of stuff. And then what would you use for just a regular funnel?
Like you said, it would be like a simple form where they could fill out, but we usually put it on a landing page just so it's a little bit more information about the practice. We have used the Facebook lead ads in the past before and they work. I prefer landing page.
Okay. I have another question then, which is, how do you track your results?
Great question. So, well, there was the example before where I did that tracking sheet. So we usually put something like that together. But every single lead we get, we use something called Zapier. You familiar with it?
Yeah, of course.
I love Zapier. I'm a freak for automations.
Right.
And so we take every single lead that comes through, we put them in a Google sheet. So you have the name, email, phone number, and then a notes column. And then we go even deeper and we take notes in there on which people actually converted to being ready for their appointment, because we do use our own call center. So then from there, we usually see about 30%, anywhere from 15 to 30% of the leads are ready for an appointment. So we're able to identify those. And then at the end of the month, we'll send our clients a sheet like that that says, these are all the people that were ready for an appointment. Which ones did you see and which ones did you convert? And then if we can get that data from them, we can really tell their cost per new case.
Of course. Well, that was amazing. Again, super thorough, Alyssa. Thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else that you want to add to this?
I mean, that's pretty much my whole spiel. If anybody has any specific questions, I live and breathe this stuff, so feel free to reach out. But otherwise, it was my pleasure.
What's your website? I don't see it here. Where can people reach you on your website or get more information?
Great point. We are Facebook, Instagram. You can email me there. My website is sailawaymedia.com. Sail is an S-A-I-L, like a boat.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alyssa.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoyed that video with Alyssa Ege. Let us know if you have any questions or comments in the comments below this video. Make sure also to subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss a beat on the different videos that we like to upload, talking about how you can grow your dental practice using online marketing strategies. This was Natalia Porras from NP Marketing. I will see you next time.